Harding. Newly elected, Mr. Harding was going to clean up, but clean up without fundamental change. For Mr. Harding was a great exponent of the things as they used to be school of thought. For instance, all alcoholic drinks must be put back into their component chemical parts instead of down the human throat. This was called prohibition. What a drain on resources. And a very destructive time it was, too. Yes, there was more bottle opening with less drinking that year than you would have thought possible. That year, all the pink rats with straw hats were in the sewers and having one whale of a time. And if the drains couldn't hold all the stuff, put it into water wagons and spray the streets with it. That was prohibition. But if you wanted to drink and were smart, well, you could always find yourself a drink.
Anything to declare? One king declare. Private car and the audience and open that. What are we going to put in the zone? What we get more in the zone? Everyone anything to declare? Back online?
Frequent place for smuggled liquor is under the hood. In this case, the smuggler had 8 quarts in a sack. Various parts of automobiles are used to smuggle in liquor. In this case, it's a battery capable of holding 6 quarts. Here's a tube that is inflated with air and put inside a real tire. When the air is let out, they have the liquor in the tube. These are frequent methods of smuggling liquor over the borderline. The women are about as bad offenders as the men. This will hold 6 quarts.
When a coal truck gets a jag on, that's news. When it causes them, that's a violation of the Volstead Act. So when Prohibition agents found this coal truck standing in front of the place, they smelt a rat. And here's what they found. Carefully concealed under a camouflaged layer of coal was a tank filled with alky, enough to start a dozen white mules kicking. One whiff from that concealed air vent would give any man the spirit of adventure. For the tank holds 2,500 gallons of 192% proof. Underneath the truck was a drain valve for drawing off the alcohol. There was only one thing to do in public, so the dry agents did it. They attached the hose and poured the liquid dynamite down the drain. It looks wasteful with all that stuff running into the Passaic River, but it saved a lot of folks from getting bleary-eyed. And what a headache it must have given the poor fish. I'll bet it made them mad enough to bite.
The meeting will now come to order. Fellow members of the Amateur Home Brewers Union of the United States, this, as you know, is our first meeting. The purpose of our great organization is to instruct our members, friends, and the public in the manufacture of beer for home consumption. Another motive of our association, noble in purpose, is to show up the Prohibition Amendment as a grand piece of comic opera legislation which it really is. We believe that the application of our principles will be a death blow to the bootlegger and the racketeer, substituting mild and stimulating beverages to take the place of strong liquor. The only requirement for membership is a good receipt for beer, a sample of which will be required upon initiation. I believe that nothing would be more appropriate now than to officially blow the froth off a glass of real beer which I made myself. It is well over 0.5%. I know, because I made it. Here's to home brew till we get the good beer back.
Hey!
Down the hatch. How would you folks out there like to have a long, cold drink of beer? Boy, that's good. Perfect.
Washington, D.C. Roosevelt brings back beer and wine. By signing the Cullen Bill in a simple ceremony at the White House, the President has made it a law. It permits the sale of 3 2/10% beer and wine after April 6th, and in 23 states, the return of the foaming liquid at 5 cents a glass is assured. Rushed through the House and Senate, the measure marks the termination of a 14-year drought, ended by Roosevelt's prompt action. $1 million barrels of the beer that made Milwaukee famous, and plenty of other cities too, were not enough to supply the demand of 3.2% brew in 21 states. The amber-colored fluid vanished down the throats of the thirsty as fast as it was delivered, which kept the brewers hopping and the kegs rolling all over the country. Parched thousands jammed the streets and bars.